Today's episode is going to be a good one. We're going to be doing a lot of Brendan Fraser films. By a lot, I mean two. So stick around if you're a fan. Steven cannot do a grind.
This is a dog having a nightmare about getting neutered.
What a lucky girl.
And they're just sticking on
holding a cat up there.
Show me the monkey! Shake that monkey!
Hello? Am I dead?
This is a mix of stop motion and live action?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
The paw on his face contact.
They had
Puppeters?
and
Puppeteers?
stand-ins to create. So they did a lot.
That's so clever. So you're getting actual contact, and then they just go on top of that puppeteer with frame-by-frame animation.
Right. I feel like that's such a fun way of doing things, too, when it comes down to the actual actors not having to react to nothing.
Yeah. Nowadays, that'd probably be entirely CGI.
Absolutely CGI.
Yeah.
Hey, editor Steve here. Okay, so Steve, should I just say Steven? So while editing this video, I stumbled upon something really cool. So the interactions, what we just talked about, the interactions between the monkey and the actors on set, pretty cool. They had a puppeteer, whatever. You saw the whole explanation. But the cooler thing is how they did the puppet animation, the actual stop motion animation for Monkeybone himself. So what they did was they took the actor, Brendan Fraser, his actual acting performance into an animation, into a live action robot, a full-size 1-to-1 scale robot. Very innovative. So they moved the robot frame by frame, and then they animated Monkeybone himself around the live action blue robot. How freaking cool is that? That is so cool. Anyhow, thought that was cool. Enjoy the rest of the video. Also subscribe. Please subscribe. Also, please subscribe.
Looney Tunes back in action. A rabbit, a duck, a girl, a boy.
You, him, her.
This movie came out in 2004, and the effects that they have in this movie are incredibly impressive. I mean,
10 years old.
10 years old. You were 10 years old. This movie now is 20 years old.
Yeah.
One thing I wanted to point out, which is how do they do the actor contact with the puppets? Because that's... Ignore that you heard that. You didn't hear that part. Let's start. Okay.
I think I might have an answer for this.
So this is back to Looney Tunes. Let's start that over.
Steven cannot do a grind.
So how do you think they would go about doing something like that?
It wouldn't have anything to do with it.
Aha, wrong. Yeah. Okay, so this is the interaction between Brendan Fraser and like the puppet and kind of how what the puppets looked like.
That's cool.
Yeah.
So it's like actually giving them a real good reference.
Yeah, and they're painted too. Like they actually look, and somebody's acting them out, doing the voice, everything like that. So I mean, it really does feel like he's there with it.
And a monkey.
Stu?
Whoa, baby!
One of the aspects that I think Tom Selleck really shines in this is these sections that allow for a more like horror vibe and also like comical and whimsical. So like nightmare sequences. And this is one of the scenes where the dog gets hit, that thing called the nightmare. It's not a plot point of it. Is have you seen Monkeybone? In reality, where they're getting in their world.
That's a cool concept.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, yeah. Yeah,
That's
costume
hilarious.
design. And,
Wait,
like,
was
it's
that the
so-
whole clip? It was just a dog having a nightmare about getting neutered. I just love the thought of like behind the scenes because they've just got these giant cat suits and then
they're just sticking
PAs,
out,
holding a cat up there.
There's a bunch of this type of stuff. It's just such a collab of different type of like
Styles,
animations,
yeah.
styles. It's such a fun movie.
I love that, like too. He's not afraid of like just being goofy, being risky. With it. It's cats in a giant suit. Like you
Yeah,
gotta
absolutely.
know what it is. I mean, it's
Yeah.
Hit me. Hit me. Hit me. Hit me.
me!
Hit me! Hit me!
No, no, no! Hit me, Fred Nabbit!
How do you think that they are tracking these characters into the scene?
Some kind of like green something to track and had tracking points, and as they used the Steadicam, they were able to track out those points.
I can kind of tell you how we would do it modern day. This entire scene would be shot just normally, and then they would use what's called motion trackers. It's like a point that takes like a high point of contrast on the image, and it will track that. So once you have several of those points in a scene that you can track, you can kind of create an idea of the 3D scene. So you can put in a 2D object into it. The way that they did this movie was they used motion control rig. So they had to do this for every single shot. There was 1,450 VFX shots in this entire movie. They would take the camera, program the movement of the camera in a computer, and they would do that multiple times. So now they can just place those objects into the scene because they know how the camera moves.
Tell me I'm not funny. It's a pain in the butt being politically correct.
Shadows.
So I'm glad that you pointed out the shadows. A lot of these shadows are real. How do you think they did that?
Oh, okay. I'm guessing having either some kind of puppet or some kind of sit-in that they had that they ended up just cutting out.
Because they can have the exact same camera movement over and over again, they had puppets. They had these, and I think they called them softies or something like that. What they would do was they would film the entire shot where they would have the puppet, and then they would do another shot where there was nothing there. So now what they can do is rotoscope just the shadows and place that over and over. If you have any suggestions for things that we could watch and react to in the future, leave in the description, leave in the comments, not the description.
Subscribe for new Stratos episodes every week.